is Rachel, for those of you who are new. Today I am doing my 33 to 34 week pregnancy update. So I am currently 35 and a half weeks pregnant. I tried to film this a couple days ago and all of our girls were just getting over colds, so it got postponed. But just wanted to hop on and let you know some things that are new in my pregnancy thus far. I am just feeling very, very uncomfortable lately. Not so much when I sleep, but more when I'm sitting for long periods. So if I sit down for too long and then I stand, I get really, really sore just below my belly and above my hips. It feels like I'm walking on a big bruise. It's so weird. It's like, so if I'm sitting on the couch with the girls and I go to get up, I have to really take it slow and I'm like hobbling, which is kind of sad, but you just gotta deal. I talked to my midwife about it and she said it's completely normal, especially this stage in the pregnancy. The other side of the discomfort is if I'm standing too long. I just get this very heavy feeling on my thighs and my hips, like I just can't bear the weight. Usually the only thing that helps me feel better if I'm feeling like that, sitting doesn't help either. It's weird. So it's like if I'm standing for too long and I start to feel really heavy, sitting does not help. The only thing that really helps is leaning forward on something. Then it's like my belly is just kind of, I don't know, just hanging there, I guess. So it takes the pressure off of my back and my hips, and that relieves a lot of the pain or discomfort, really. It's not so much painful, it's just really uncomfortable. Oh, another glorious, wonderful symptom that just popped up. I haven't had this since my very first pregnancy. Well, my first 3 pregnancies were miscarriages. So my first pregnancy that went full term with my oldest daughter Hannah, I was my heaviest when I started out, so my body just wasn't used to carrying the weight that I was gaining when I was pregnant with her, and I had to do a lot of walking down a very long hallway when I was working still, and I started getting shin splints. Very, very painful, and they have started again. Thankfully, not so much. I notice the pain more if I'm walking for too long, and then I start to get a lot of pain in my shin area. Also, aside from feeling so uncomfortable, I am already pretty much growing out of everything I own. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll probably wonder why I wear the same shirts over and over and over again, and that's because nothing else fits. Everything is too small, too tight, but at this stage in the game, I really don't want to have to go buy new clothes because I'm 4.5 weeks away from delivering, so I really don't want to have to spend money on something that I'm not going to need for very long. Everything I have is like, that does fit a little bit, is like winter clothes, and it is stinking hot outside. It's been really warm, so it's been like old baggy t-shirts and flowy dresses. So yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do it. And it probably didn't help that we did a ton of hiking on our vacation to Arizona. Not last week, but the week before, I met with my midwife. So when I was 33 weeks pregnant, we did talk about my birth plan, I guess, or desires. I don't really believe in birth plans. I had a plan for, and it was really loose. I had a really loose plan for my first daughter, her birth, and I wanted to go natural. I thought, I can handle this. From the time I started labor with her till the time she was born was over 40 hours. So the halfway point, so after over 24 hours of labor, and I realized quickly I couldn't do it, and I opted for an epidural just to help me manage the pain so I could let my body do what it needed to do. to avoid a C-section. And I felt so defeated when that happened. So now I don't really follow a strict plan ever since then with any of my daughters. And with this one, I plan on not having a very strict birth plan either, but we're trying to kind of get an idea of what kind of birth I'm looking for. I think I would like, for example, we talked about water birth, and my midwife is actually highly trained in water births. I know that I would like to labor in the water, whether it be in the shower or in the birthing tub, but I'm not sure if I want to give birth in the water, so I'm still on the fence about it. If any of you have known somebody who has had a water birth or have had your own experiences, leave a comment below. I'm still trying to decide. I have 4.5 weeks left, so I'm not really I'm not knowledgeable enough about it, and my husband is no help. He's like, whatever you decide. So he's cool with whatever. So I have not decided if I want to go in the pool or if I want to birth in the pool or just labor in the pool and then get out and birth on the bed or whatever. Share with me your pros and cons. Water birth, no water birth. So after we discussed all of that, I got on the table for her to check the baby's heartbeat, measure me, feel around, see what baby was looking like. She said it feels like Shiloh is breech or was breech 2 weeks ago. I'm hoping she's shifting. It feels like she's head down now because I feel like it's just like with my first pregnancy with Hannah. Her butt would always just be like in one area, one corner of my belly, so I always looked lopsided. So she was like, had her butt up here, and then her legs and her head would be down. So we'll see. She wasn't concerned about it, of course, because at the time I still had about 7 weeks left. Oh, and then I did forget to write down, I was reading my notes because since there are I spaced them out 2 weeks each. I like to write down symptoms and things that I speak to my midwife about beforehand, and then I just add to it. That way I remember what I want to tell you guys. The other thing is last week, so when I was 34 weeks, I started getting Braxton Hicks contractions. I believe they're Braxton Hicks contractions. Anyway, with my first, I didn't have any. I didn't have any Braxton Hicks contractions. I had no contractions up until the day I went into labor with her. So I went into labor with her on a Friday. I had her Saturday night. Friday, like super early in the morning, and I had her Saturday night. So my contractions started. They did not stop until she was born. And with my second, I had Braxton Hicks. So that was my first experience, and that was 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago. She just turned 4. And with my third, I did not have Braxton Hicks. Most of the time, the Braxton Hicks contractions just feel like your belly gets really hard and tight. It's the ones that I've had aren't necessarily super painful. Sometimes they can be uncomfortable, but that's what I've started experiencing now. And I didn't have that with my first and third pregnancies. So we'll see. I'm supposed to see my midwife on Friday, so I will be talking to her about those. So when I see her, I will be almost 36 weeks, which is really exciting. We'll be filming a what's in my birthing center bag, because it is going to be a little bit different than a hospital. The birthing center doesn't supply things that a hospital would, and I'm not going to be there as long as I would be if I delivered in a hospital. The good thing is, if there is an emergency, the birthing center is right smack dab in the middle of 2 hospitals in Modesto. There's one 3 minutes away on one direction and one 4 minutes away in the other direction, so that puts my mind at ease. And one of them has a level 3 NICU in case something were to happen, God forbid, but I like knowing that there are options in case there is an emergency. Before I finish up this video, I will do a quick belly shot so you can see what my, well, right now it's technically 35 and a half weeks, but what I look like now. You enjoyed this pregnancy update, and if you did, give this video a thumbs up. I will be posting probably 2 more before I deliver. The next one will be 35 to 36, and then 36 to 30, or sorry, 37 to 38, and then 39 to 40. So I will have about 3 videos, possibly 2, who knows. I may go over 40 weeks. So if I go full term, you'll have 3 more videos. If I don't go full term, you may have less or more. So go ahead and subscribe if you are new and you enjoy these types of videos. Hit that notification bell so you know when I post a new video. Again, like I said, I will be posting a what's in my birthing center bag, and that'll probably go up before my next update, which will be 35 to 36 weeks. And again, if you have any experience with birthing centers and water births, and you can provide this mama some peace of mind, or at least some information on the pros and cons of water birth, I would greatly appreciate it. So leave a comment down below, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.